start, I would want us to observe a minute silence for the demise of late past Senator Ayo Fasenmi, an elder statesman and national leader of the Afenifere who died yesterday. Just a minute silence so that we can honor him. May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. As I said, we'll be looking at the topic, how will restructuring benefit Nigeria and what is in it for minorities? That is restructuring and its impact on minorities. Today, we'll be moderating this session with my colleague, a senior reporter with Viewpoint Nigeria, Mr. Longo Dakom. We will be taking the question and answer session. But then before that time, let me just roll out some few housekeeping rules. All participants, in case you want to ask any question, we will expect you to just raise up your hand and a chance will be given to you for you to ask your questions if necessary, and if important questions, we really want to take that. And then if you also want to ask question and if you cannot raise your hand, we will expect you to send in your questions through the message chat box so that we can also take your question, and the guest speaker today will attend to the questions. Today, by the special grace of God, our guest speaker for today, we're going to be having a patriotic nationalist, a famous public affairs commentator who is revered globally, a vibrant personality, and an ardent advocate of restructuring. He's no other person than Pa. At my level now, I can call him Pa, yes, of course. Pa Yinka Odumakin, the publicity secretary of Afenifere, a pan-Yoruba socio-cultural group. He's also the co-convener and national secretary of Southern and Middle Belt Elders Forum. Sir, you're highly welcome, and we're so glad to have you today, and we look forward to hear from you and learn a lot from you as well. Let me just say this, that one thing that has attracted me so much to the guest speaker today is his passion for the unity, progress, and the growth of Nigeria. He's a personality that is so passionate about the actualization of a unified, prosperous, safe, and secure Nigeria. I can remember vividly, he once said, the botched MK Abiola presidency, he said, an Abiola presidency, if not truncated, will have unified Nigeria. So I think today he will be taking us on a very important topic, restructuring. Though there has been so many misconceptions about restructuring, and so many people have been giving out their opinions about what restructuring is. But today we'll be looking and we'll be hearing from someone who has really gone deep into advocating for restructuring, and we'll be hearing deeply from him. We'll be learning a lot from him, because to so many people, they feel like restructuring is the decentralization of power, that is making the federating unit more effective, stronger, and better, and also allowing the federating unit to legislate on critical issues affecting them, thereby avoiding command and, if possible, control from the center, which is the presidency. And then it's advocating for, when you're talking about restructuring, I think so many people also believe that it is about true federalism, and it's also about resource control. Then when you're talking about that, you're also talking about the state and community policing. There are so many things that so many people have been advocating for. So today, by the special grace of God, we'll be hearing from someone who is an expert, somebody who is a true Democrat, somebody who has been lending his voice to critical issues that are affecting our nation. We have Pa Yinka Odumakin, the publicity secretary of our Afenifere. But before then, let me allow my co-moderator, Mr. Longul Dakum, to introduce himself. Mr. Longul, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Friday. It's another day again for us at Viewpoint. It's another day for us at this webinar series. We want to welcome our guest speaker for tonight. And we also want to welcome all our participants. My name is Longul Dakum. I'm a senior reporter with Viewpoint Nigeria. And by the special grace of God, I'll be taking the question and answers session. So just like my colleague said, it promises to be exciting. I look forward to a very robust discussion. And Nigeria is our own country, and Nigeria, we shall always discuss about its unity. Welcome, Friday Baku. Over to you.
All right, thank you very much once again. And if our guest speaker is ready, we want to give this opportunity to our guest speaker, Yinka Odumakin, the Publicity Secretary of Afenifere, a Pan-Yoruba Socio-Cultural Group. He's also the convener and National Secretary of Southern and Middle Belt Elders Forum. Daddy, sir, you're highly welcome, and the floor is yours for your presentation, sir. Thank you very much, and let's all have a wonderful time together. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Hi, Yinka, you have the floor. If you want to get started, you have the floor now. If you unmute yourself, perhaps I think you might be on mute. So if you unmute yourself, you can just talk. Hello. Sorry, everyone. I apologize for the technical glitch there. Give me a quick minute. I think Yinka is struggling again. It was quite a mission to get him on. So just give me a quick minute and I will get him back on. Please pardon us. Yinka is having trouble. He's back shortly. Please do pardon us. Okay. Try again. Do you want to try again? Because yeah. Are you? Do you want to just try it again? I think because yeah, just try it again. Please do pardon us. This thing with technology sometimes is so unpredictable. He was on the call and he's just been struggling with his bandwidth and he dropped off, but he's just signing back again. I'm so sorry, so sorry for this technical glitch, but I guarantee you would sort it out in a moment and still have a good time to discuss. So massive apologies. Yinka, that might be you, I suppose. Is that you just come in? I saw. We can't quite hear you. We can't. I can see you, but we can't quite hear you. I can certainly see you, but we're struggling to hear anything you're saying. Yeah.
Ache. Wai. Yau kawan kawai. Shagon Umar din na tana barin wuta ne?
Just try it. Okay. So, gentlemen, you've been so patient, and I can only apologize profusely. Yinka has really struggled today. I have him on phone, so I'm not sure you'll be the best discussion. But what I've decided to do is he will just wait for my phone, and he would link to the computer there. I'm so sorry. We can try that to see if that works. If you can still hear us, okay, we can try that. If it becomes too silly and you can't hear it, then I think we'd have to maybe just have a general discussion. I'm sure people would have thoughts and ideas that we can sort of discuss on if it gets silly. But Yinka, do you want to just say a couple of things and we can see if trial this to see if it works? If it doesn't, then I think it's fine. We'll just take it in house.
So I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for this map-up. Are you hearing me?
Sorry, Friday, is it okay? Can you hear us? Longo, is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear.
Okay, yeah, fabulous. Okay, Yinka, I think you can just carry on. Just carry on.
All right. I'm glad to be here to discuss our country, Nigeria, again. And the topic we are doing is once in the minority restructuring. We should not be discussing this. Why normal country? But we don't know that it's a sexual country. That's why we're talking restructuring 3 years after independence. What we have gone through is not strange. These are the country that Britain wanted. What they are putting this country together. You don't know that even Britain together to take any institute. Here we have issues in Ireland, Scotland, and the rest of them. Where do you want for national groups to have their own identity? And it was that in that context that they put Nigeria together only in the image of Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa. Just close to the independence, there was a willing commission that was put together by the British to look at the fears of the minorities. At the end of the phase of the willingness, what it did was to deny the request to create states for minorities. Rather, what it do is to ensure right, either a bill of rights and the constitution that identity to the minorities. I think when demands for states were put for minorities, we see that it was only Midwest region in the West of England. And after that, the only thing they have done is to create states like fears and identities of minorities. It was only in 2014 National Conference that states, 54 states also were recorded for Nigeria, along the lines of the that's why their fear of what they want. That report today has also been kept, recovered, guiding us. So essentially, Nigeria today is not a proper country together. And in fact, what happens is that apart from the minorities, today the common majorities have been on to minorities in our country. The society, the overriding influence, the major ethnic group among the big tribes. And that's why we have continued to agitate for Nigeria to be restructured. So as a restructured Nigeria, we can create a proper country and create a country where the fears of all sections are allayed, where we will have a normal and proper country, where every section can live according to the principles of federalism, where instead of what we do now, that we are doing resource sharing, we do resource generation, and we can now the various aspects, revenue units, can build their own areas and spend resources they generate and contribute for us to build center. When we do that, there will be settled somehow. And the current international battle for who control the center will minimize. Because we could remember that in the French Republic, when we practice federalism, you remember that Arewa was the prime minister of Nigeria. He was an apostle or a follower of the prime minister of the north. The prime minister in the north, and the prime minister who the premier in the north, and being prime minister of Nigeria, because the powers were concentrated at the president. And when we structure Nigeria, and every group, minority, majority, are able to have their own share of influence. We have control. They're able to develop at their pace. We have what we call resource control. That every section of the country will generate their resources, allocate it, and pay the expected taxes to the center to run services. In such an area, we will not have what we have now at present. The But because of the way we have run Nigeria over the years, there are careless fears for the moment that in the north today, there are the area conflicts which are basically minorities in the north. The corners does not want to hear anything from Midwest. As far as they are concerned, their south. We should not have that activity. We should not have common citizenship. We should be treated as slaves in Nigeria. Even in the to the east. Up now, currently now, there are some fears between the Igbos and the minorities. When I see a mindset that still think of Biafra when it's not east, in which the minorities of South should see Biafra Republic. Mega Congress. And it's only in the south, west, Tampa, and midwest region that you have much of that tension because it is not one percentage that midwest have gained their region and there's social connection. They are not only thinking that, oh, midwest is still under southwest and the same region. One southwest is connected upon the Yorubas who are in the north central and the Kwara and Kogi that should be allowed, Yoruba there should be allowed to be part of our western region. So now, what will be there for minorities when we have a party restructure? Definitely, the minorities will not stand an equal with the rest of Nigeria. And that we have say now we are fellow Nigerians, we are not a minority or majority. We have to truly be fellow Nigerians. That's very important. So that psychologically, the minority will be filled and be equal citizens with the majority tribes. And that's a very critical step in the nation building. Again, it will be very important for us that development can be fast-tracked. When people are in charge of their own regions, the regions of the various zones will know their best, not majority or those who think they want to act on their behalf. That one is very, very important to us. And you are on the path for majority, for minorities, and for the whole country is that we will have a better country where we have productivity, where we are not a country where the agenda is for groups to teach other groups. If you have rights, equal rights, so we want to develop at our very place and put our best interests, which are best known by each group at the forefront of the country, So we put very first. Because we are now operating on the basis of development, on the basis of education, and we are in a country. It's not happy to be on the basis of just, oh, we are sharing money. We are sharing money because we have more people. We have more population. We want to do all the parallel of development. We're currently now, independent up to now, we are able to have access as a country. Because when the population having census for development, we are doing it as to create pipeline of one another. doing, and when you cannot catch yourself, you don't know its number. You cannot have development. And so all the ingredients that are meant for development, you use it to cheat yourself. The ones who are using sensors to cheat, you can't somebody. It's my first time in India. When I want to watch their network news at night, the first thing I saw on the news was on the India nation at 9 p.m. tonight. Because they're making VAT and everything for their population. But it's going to 60 years on the other now and yes. The first census that we had was reached by bidding to sustain inequality and injustice. When you look at when you are secondary school, economics, when the first thing is that purpose of production, they will use them for you. Land is a factor of production. The land is not part of production in Nigeria. It's a factor of sharing money. And that's why when we do end of the month, we want to share money. People and say, oh, factors for sharing money. Oh, we have more land. Those who have more land should share more money. One look at a state like Nigeria. Nigeria has the largest land in Nigeria. Like Nigeria State. Like today, when you are using population to cheat ourselves, instead of using that population that has land for population, when you are using it to share money, when the family of the end of the month to share money, so give more money to Nigeria State, more money to Nigeria, because they have more land. Whereas that land, Nigeria should cultivate it. Which is why when you look at countries that they have land that Nigeria State have, like Israel, has the fourth largest exporter of agri in the whole world, whereas we are producing nothing for Nigeria State. When you have population is a factor of production. You change your population to be effective of productive citizens. What do we do in Nigeria? The population is going to use it to share money. We don't share. We are not making our population productive citizens. We can be engaged for economic activities. So, by the time we change from very paradigm, where population is no longer about sharing money, getting free money. Where population is about productivity. We see that there will be fast development all around Nigeria, for both majority and minority groups. The paradigm we are using now in Nigeria promotes underdevelopment, and you cannot grow on the basis of what they're doing now. It's only poverty. It really generates. This is why it's important that we go back to federalism. I would also say, oh, we don't know what restructuring means. Restructuring means only one thing. Let's go back to federalism. Let's restore our country back to federalism. Let's make opportunity our center point. Let's ensure that resources are better developed and used for our development. We cannot make progress on the basis of the unitary arrangement we are doing now, which is just all about seeking ourselves. And that's why, if you listen to a man, come on, who said only 3 days ago, oh, that for him, 2023, We will not move anybody based on zoning. We vote on the basis of competence. That should be the ideal situation in the first country. But where you have put a good amount for 5 years, where all they have been is to corner on due and on affairs, based on the misuse and abuse of federal power. There is no way you can tell anybody that, oh, we should not do zoning of our power. In fact, until we restructure and every group, majority and minority, are able to develop their own place, the minorities will only be to go on here and, on affluence. Because that they don't number to compete and lead in this cultural system we are operating. But if you do restructuring, you need to further meaning. Sometimes you don't know what they're generating. And I think that in the common agenda, you don't have to give that work as Christians. It just doesn't come to them. That is those are the biggest thing a minority will benefit in the social Nigeria. And those who are boosting, they are boosting development for the minorities, and that's when they are actually having on that development, and this is why we want to see and the structure because people are elections necessary. Let us move to the next elections on the basis of a new constitution, a federal constitution that will guarantee the rights of all Nigerians, minorities, majorities, for them. This is the federal constitution. The Yinka constitution we are using now can only complete during examining of happiness and the development. Today now, with all our justice, Nigeria is about the foreign country on earth. It was still be under development, under poverty, for as long as we stay under a unitary constitution. In a nutshell, development is about our ideology of goal of Nigeria. But I must emphasize for the Nigerian minorities who have suffered double jeopardy, apart from the general jeopardy we are all suffering, the minorities have suffered a social jeopardy, unlike under military rule. And most of these jeopardies will go away once we agree to run Nigeria as a fully federal country where rights at 9 now are allowed the people. And we are now have a little of this what we have in Nigeria will be development, competitive development, where we are committed to develop Nigerian zones, competitive in development, and not living under poverty, which are really expressed in our lives at the moment. I think, I don't know how many minutes I've spent now.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, sorry, Yinka. I think if you can wrap up, that would be really helpful.
Okay, so it is important to know that restructuring has benefits for all sections of Nigeria. But for the minority groups, we have special benefits because they will liberate as if some people have their own free government and they will develop at their own pace. I thank you for this.
Thank you so much, Yinka, for that, for giving us the time and to speak and for speaking to us like that. I just want to apologize to everyone for the poor audio. We are facing a bit of a technical challenge, so I'm really, really sorry for that. But I hope you were able to take something out of it. I'll just try to summarize. Of course, I wouldn't do justice to the topic as much as Yinka put it. But I think he has raised some really cogent issues here. Several of those having to do with governance. Looking at how governance is run currently in Nigeria, where very much of the largesse, if you like, is spread between the large ethnic groups, with just the crumbs coming to the ethnic minorities. He said something quite important. He said ethnic minorities suffer from a double jeopardy of being denied left, right, and center. And then he spoke about several things as well around the census. The census that was done in 1959 as being skewed. One of the important things that I think that I take away is that whole concept that land, like you put it there, in school we're told that land is a factor of production. But in Nigeria, land is a factor of remuneration. So the bigger land that you have, even if it doesn't produce much, I think in Yinka's words, then that is a factor that's used to, to give you even more of the largesse, if you see what I mean. And again, population as well. Population, it should be a factor of production because population is labor. Labor is a factor of production, but in Nigeria, actually, it's the other way around. I'm paraphrasing what Yinka is saying here, that, population is a factor of sharing money. So we our revenue formula, our fiscal formula, the FAAC account is based on, how populous your country, your state is, or your region is, and all of that. So I think overall, he raises some really important points here, but particularly the whole concept of fiscal federalism. The whole concept of fiscal federalism, where we need to devolve power from the center to the various regions to allow them have a means of self-determination, to allow them have a means of self-governance, and for governance to be much closer to the people. So power in the center becomes dissolved and not very attractive. I think are some of the things that Yinka has raised. I'm not, I think because of the uniqueness of what we're doing today and the fact that Yinka is on the phone, we're inclined today to, I don't know, I'm sure many people will have thoughts. I can see questions, many questions have come in already. People have sent many questions, but could we, if you have something to say, a contribution, I think it would be great if you can make it perhaps, something along the lines of what Yinka said, or if you have a question, I can see if he can respond to it. But could we just open the floor? And I'm sorry, I know this is completely disorganized today, but it's just because of the technology challenge that we're facing today. So are there any thoughts, any questions, anything to add? As I can see a few people are raising their hands. Longo, do you want to coordinate? Maybe you take that away.
Okay. So we have, just quickly, we're in an emergency situation. I have two people raising their hands. First, I have Babatunde Oshodi and Akin. So let me give it up to Babatunde Oshodi. Kindly just contribute. Babatunde Oshodi.
You can, sorry, apologize.
Yeah.
I think now, now you can unmute yourself, Babatunde, if you want to try to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So, Mr. Akin.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just have you.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Akin Fakponda. I'm in Abuja. Now, all the issues that have been said, we know these issues. They are not new. The challenge is, how do we proceed to bring about change? I believe that we are just like, we have a prison mentality. The door is already open, but we don't even know how to get out of the door. Think about it yourself. We have 4 regions out of 6. If for us to organize ourselves in the 4 regions, how can one region, maybe Northwest, hold us to ransom? And we're just looking. So the approach now is, what are we supposed to do? And I have a solution to it. Look, we have a leadership for the southern and middle belt already in place. The leaders are old and aging. There are 4 of them. Adebanjo for Yorubas, Edwin Clark for the South, John Nwodo for the East, Beatrice Pogu for Middle Belt. They are what we have now. All of us who are middle age, who are here, is for us to put pressure on them, for us to occupy the political space and ride on their efforts. They've sued federal government to court on the same issue of federalism, so the case is in court. So it's for us to put pressure, all of us now in the various regions. Can we talk to these old men and form groups around them?
Okay.
They're ready and willing. Finally, October 1, 2020 is by the corner. It's an historic date. Nigeria is 60 years. What can we do October 1, 2020 to show that we don't want what is happening now at this time? Information, let me give it to you finally. There is a draft constitution for Nigeria that is totally federal. It's already available. It's just to bring it out and adopt it. Number 2, the Southwest already has their own regional constitution. If you say go today, the West is ready to go. Other zones are just holding us back. That's just the truth. Finally, restructuring, simple, parliamentary system, 1 camera legislator, regional autonomy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that a very good contribution there. And we appreciate your contribution. I think, Baba, let me just give it again to Babatunde Oshodi. Are you ready to take it now? So I can just leave this particular. Okay, sir.
I am ready now.
You have the floor, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to follow in line with the position of my brother Akin Fakpounda. Akin Fakpounda, I have heard about you. I would like to know you more. I want to align with this position. The 4 elders are 4 elders who are the South and Middle Belt Leaders Forum. They are doing Herculean work. They are doing human work in this country. But like you said, they are aging. We need to have South Middle Belt Strategic Planning Committee made up of younger people. Strategic Planning Committee for South and Middle Belt to be another layer behind the South and Middle Belt Leaders Forum. We also will need South and Middle Belt grassroots committee who will be relating with the other people in terms of explaining what we are talking about. What is lacking is education and enlightenment of the ordinary minority, ordinary Nigerians about restructuring, true federalism, restructure. We have to break it down for the people at the grassroots, for them to know what is the benefit that is there for them. So these 3 players, only one is active, the top player of the leadership of the South and Middle Belt. Now, although
hello. Okay, I think he has a network problem. Let me just take it there. There's one question. Maybe I just take 1 or 2 so we can just wrap
is
this
the
up.
strategic Middle Belt, and then the last one, the grassroots, South and Middle Belt grassroots committee that will be relating with the ordinary men in local languages to break it down. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for that wonderful contribution, sir. I think this just goes in line with what John Dakum is saying. He's saying that with the complicated stages of constitutional amendment, how can restructuring be achieved? I think part of it is dovetailed into these particular responses that we have. But our guest speaker might like to comment on it again. Again, we also have Duga Ewuga. He's also talking about governance in Nigeria, and how to manage the governance in Nigeria in an eventuality of restructuring. How do we manage the governance in Nigeria? Let's say, for instance, we want to start a process of restructuring. How do we manage the governance? I think that's the question Duga is asking. So I think I'm going to give it to our own speaker so that he can comment on some of these things that were raised. Some were comments, but some were actually questions, passive questions. Hello. Odumakin, are you still here with us? Even though he's on a call.
No, I think he's
would like to comment too.
He's responding, yeah.
Okay. Can you do that, please?
In terms of suggestions people are making, which are take on board, especially Mr. Fakunda has raised some of these issues and knows we are already dealing with them and working with them.
Okay.
About governance in Restructure Nigeria. Of governance in Nigeria will be that there are multiple ideas coming from different levels.
Yeah.
Because the situation of what we're having now, they just think that all wisdom is in Abuja, and therefore everything must. I mean, look at what happened recently when the Minister of Education was saying that there will no white this year. There are ways you can do it now. We started this with Referendum by saying, look, you cannot say share and you wish 1 year. There are ways we can manage these exams for our children. And they went around. It's over a month after that they're not going back. Some of the suggestions we made that manage these exams and still manage the health of our children and not expose them to danger. And interestingly, those who are telling us that our children will not do WAEC, they are.
We just lost. We lost Yinka there. My my apologies there. I'm just gonna connect him again. Sorry, we're having deep set issues today. So sorry about that.
I can give ideas on how we proceed, even in restructuring, if you will give me the time.
Yeah, we will. Just I think Yinka is back. Sorry about that. So yeah, we will come. We'll come back. Yeah, Yinka, carry on.
Okay, I was saying that when the federal government, the best we think about is that the best way is that our children will not write WAEC exam this year. And we started the advocacy where it's not that to run the country. You can find a way to run these exams. Interestingly, it's only the final year students are writing exams. There's a way you can even spread the students into the various classrooms and ensure that the exams are written without jeopardizing the health of our children. Now they have agreed that they are going to write this. So what that means that if we are limited to the ideas of the federal government, our children will have lost a year. And that's how governance will be in a social Nigeria. There are more ideas on the table because governance will be so decentralized, not centralized, not deal with the ideas of a set of people, but the ideas from different levels and different layers. So that's very critical and very, very important for us. In terms of what we have said, those who are used to some advantages will not easily give them up. They will feel that's the best way to organize society unless you make the advocacy to be very strong. And know the facts that Nigeria today is in its last days, and in a terminal crisis, we must make the advocacy very, very strong across the country, the southwest, southeast, south, middle belt, so that those who are standing against restructuring in the country now, they will show clearly to be the minority, and if necessary, maybe we need to have a structuring movement that wants to break this issue down, campaign around the country, and we are going to the point where the opponents of the restructuring, they have no arguments to oppose this thing anymore. All they say is that, oh, we don't understand what it means. Oh, those who are doing have an agenda. Which agenda do we have? Let me tell you, as we are speaking now, the governor of Zamfara State has keyed into the restructuring because they have approached the federal government in Abuja. So I said, look, in our state, we have so much mineral resources. We have gold plenty, but it's criminals and bandits who are harvesting the gold now. We want the state to be involved. We want to manage the gold, mine the gold, and let's give the federal government what is its own, take what belongs to the states, so that the whole country can benefit from this thing. As we're talking now, they have gone so far in putting structure in place to begin to mine their gold. So what Zamfara is doing now is what should be happening in every state. Mineral resources. That Zamfara is doing it now has shut up those who are saying that, oh, by restructuring, we want to keep enough. That's why we're talking restructuring. Zamfara is now talking about mining is good. Zamfara is enough. Mining will not keep Zamfara. It only enhance the economy, develop them. And that is what we want all over Nigeria. We want prosperity for the whole of Nigeria. And we must put this message in every town, every local in Nigeria to know that we have tried things that worked before. It has given us serious benefits. What we want to do is to spread prosperity all over Nigeria, and Nigeria, under a restructured Nigeria, proper federalism, will be a serious home for development. It is the development all over Nigeria. It is only those who think that, oh, let's hold on to the little thing that we have at the expense of the others. Let's few of us take it, seal it, do what we like with it, and put people in penury who will say Nigeria does not need restructuring. If they don't like the word restructuring, let's use federalism, that we should go back to federalism. Nigeria will prosper and do well and be a good and developed country. We have done it before, it works. Federalism has not done anything good for Nigeria. It has brought us on abject poverty. We focus only on our petrol, on the today now, they are talking about the scandals in the NDDC. As if anything different can come out on a unified structure than what we're having. Unitarianism can only bring what we are harvesting now. Look, in a decentralized Nigeria, what the NDC managers are doing with it now will not be it. Because under that, you have decentralized power to the regions, and they even know what they are making. It's not like they're just storing all the resources from to Abuja and now decide what they give to them as pittance. And the people that are giving these resources to are their own in those places with their own character. Let us see that let the resources of Niger Delta be in Niger Delta, and people know what you are making, and you say you want to spend it the way they are managing those resources. That will not happen. And there's no system in Nigeria that will allow that. Even at what we are running now, people believe that, well, people have taken 10 naira from our region. They have given 10 naira to us back. We know what they are doing with the 19 naira. We have to do what we also like places. We are not defending the thieves. But in 1,000 years, 60 cannot stop the corruption in Nigeria unless we allow the various sections of Nigeria to manage their resources. That is then when we can deal with corruption in Nigeria.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was really, really extensive. Thank you so much, and very passionate as well. We've just gone past the hour, and I recognize that the audio is not very good, but perhaps we still have time for. I know, was it Akin? Akin, I think you had something to say. Maybe we can take that and a few more comments from people, and we can just wrap up, I think.
Okay, the case for restructuring is already made. Their problem is process. How do we get it done? That's my own concern. We have a Southern Middle Belt Leadership Forum. Mr. Shode said, let us have a lower level. We already have it actually. Members here can testify. The challenge we have is with the Southern leaders and Middle Belt leaders. They will not be able to nominate their own person to come on the steering committee. In any case, so we need to add a second tier level as recommended. Number two, we need to get a bill, a draft that will prescribe how restructuring will go. And very simple, for each region to go and also implement a federal structure, even in the region too. Go and do meeting. Will the Gwaris go with the Nupes? If not, can they be on their own? Why not? Everything is discussion. And that's restructuring. So what we therefore is to see how we can put pressure now to ignite the process. We already know it's a good approach to change from where we are to a better way. Now is to put pressure on our leaders. As has been said, 4 of them now. The youngest is Dr. Pogu, and is one that is even not serious about it, I must say, publicly. Edwin Clark was so excited about it. Pa Debanjo was so excited about it. Chief John Wodo is also very excited about the idea. It's only the middle that is saying, oh, I don't know, not too sure whether we are planning coup against the older people, whether we're going to dethrone them and all that. I'm not being factual. This is what happened. So let us put pressure. This small group now, don't let us just talk and go away. Can we have a committee of this group now to start something? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I think this is very, very instructive. We also have other people that are contributing where the message is, but let me just try and see 2 or 3. I'll just take 2 because of the time, please. I want to see, wow, some of them are very big, too large. Okay, what are the envisaged challenges for restructuring? This is coming from Dr. Lonton Trushak. What are the envisaged, challenges for restructuring in Nigeria? Part of it is what Apa is just saying now. And how will restructuring, how will the restructuring going to fit, in with the present geopolitical zones? I think I'll just take these 2. This one is coming from Daju. I think we'll just take this one. We have lot of questions coming, but we can't take all because we're ahead of just far from the time now.
Can I just Yalongo, sorry, can I just make, I think there's a very important point here that Deborah Ogazuma, she made, if I says a comment, if you don't mind me.
Okay.
She said here, she said, unfortunately, the audio is not good, yes. in case I have to leave, there's a point that I would like to be made, and that is that that the Middle Belt no longer refers as minorities, but that we are ethnic nationalities. So not minorities, but ethnic nationalities. This is a very critical point because put together, we're actually the majority. The ethnic nationalities of the Middle Belt are the major region and nation. The minority tag reduces the strength of our identity and the power of our national significance. So this is a very powerful contribution to lay it out here. Yeah, carry on.
Okay. So I think I've mentioned the two questions. I think I'll just give it a speaker so that he can respond. I think so. Way out.
Yinka, I think you have the floor again, just to respond.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sorry, please. Can you summarize the questions?
Yes. First, okay. Let me just do it like this. First is a challenge from Pa Akin. Pa Akin is saying that let this particular discussion not just be holding talks, that we should also advance to the next level. Then I think I raised just two questions. They say the issues of restructuring. Some people are, what are the challenges that we are going to envisage on account of restructuring?
Not end here. Like I said,
yeah,
we have been discussing around the round of having a movement around this restructuring, and definitely the movement should be both at home and both in diaspora.
Yeah.
So that they should know that business and the time has come to get Nigeria on a new template, to run this country on a different template. Well, as far the challenges that will arise with the restructuring, well, the major challenge is that of the lack of trust in Nigeria. Because you cannot believe how some sections of the country can be telling their people that, oh, with the situation they want to destroy you. How can federalism, how can productivity develop destroy the section of Nigeria? I just told you now what's happening now in Zamfara. Is that development or destruction? It is not. So we have to deal with the and ensure that we trust ourselves, we create that trust. So that with trust to give and take, we cannot agree to remake our country and put away all the fears so that we can develop and make our country better. That's very, very important. And in fact, we cannot make any good development for as long as we don't trust ourselves. That if we stay in a situation where we trust cattle herders from the Nigeria Republic more than fellow Nigerians, we are not going anywhere. Only today we heard that Minorities said they want to create their own security outfit all over Nigeria. Minorities, and we've not had a word from the Attorney General who says that was cannot do whatever. A country does not develop that way. You say that you want to give visas to herders when they are at our borders. What template are you creating? If you look at what this government has done in the last 5 years, in terms of appointments, the South American Forum were apparently in court challenging some of these actions. Where you keep security apparatus for a multi-ethnic country like Nigeria, all in the section of the country. That does not create confidence. So the first things we have to deal with, so that there's mutual confidence, and we should do trustful give and take, so that we can trust ourselves as citizens of the same country. If you don't do that, we cannot have a policy where we want to do the best for ourselves, where we can be talking about development. We're talking about honored development, currently the way we are currently doing. If you look at the Mediterranean people that we're having problem with today, at the time, the cattle herders, they live with us. I know as children, we used to run after them. We play with them. We sing about them. And we were living in the community. When the time come that it's about killing people, raping women, and all kind of thing, we cannot continue. So most of the factors that are mitigating with our development now and understanding ourselves, we want to mitigate against a restructured Nigeria. But we must make up our mind that after 60 years, we have wasted enough time. We must make up our mind to develop our country, to bring the best for our country, and develop every section of Nigeria.
Absolutely. Yinka, we really, really appreciate that so much. The contributions have been really incisive. I've just seen a contribution from Toyin. Toyin has just said, we are considering the possibility of sponsoring a bill at the National Assembly and building a political consensus around the quest for true federalism, or to get the buy-in of a major political party to adopt the concept of restructuring as a strong campaign issue in the next election. So I think this is I'm very excited because there are few people who are on this call today who there's a lot of legwork that's happening. Obviously, much of these are happening in the background, and I think this discussion will not finish here. We're going to make sure that we advance the discussions further, and I'll be reaching out to lots of you on the call, Yinka and Akin, and lots of other people to make connections. But I think this has been absolutely wonderful discussion, and we really appreciate your patience with technology, which has not been very kind to us today. But thank you so much for your incisive contributions, everyone. Our speaker, Yinka, thank you so much for taking the time. Aki, great contributions, and everyone on the call. We really, really appreciate you. I'm so sorry things didn't quite go the way that we wanted. Would have loved to see you, in person, talking to us on video. But hopefully, this is one of many contributions that we'll be making, one of many conversations, and I'm sure we will have you on the call again in not too long. So I think from us, it's a big thank you and thanks for everyone on the call. Longville on Friday, I don't know if you have any final words to say.
I think it's a nice one. We just want to appreciate everybody, especially our guest speaker and everybody that taking time to join us today. From us here at Viewpoints Nigeria, I want to appreciate you all. Thank you for joining us. I think we should do that next week again, or when we publicize of our webinar series. I think that's what we're at.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Look after yourself in these COVID times, and we're back again in 2 weeks. We'd have another guest speaker. We'll reach out to you independently so that we let you know what the topic is. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you.